With the pandemic on the decline, some hardships still remain. One of those hardships is the rise of people displaying mental health conditions. I've personally felt the weight of anxiety and stress in the past year. As a social person, I very quickly have felt isolated and alone. Since the beginning of COVID-19, those looking for help with their mental health conditions have risen dramatically. Mental Health America saw an increase of 62% in anxiety screenings and 93% in depression screenings from the year 2019 to 2020. Unfortunately, most people with a condition are without access to affordable care. Experts are calling this a national crisis. Mental health pertains to our overall well-being. It can affect how we feel in different environments, whether we are feeling relaxed or anxious. What if I told you there's somewhere we might have overlooked when thinking about wellness? It's a space that we're all familiar with in our everyday lives. That space is our homes. When asked to describe expectations in a model home, scientists found that subjects described relaxation 70% of the time. Our homes are a place of rest. But what if they could do more than that? What if we could improve our mental health by designing a better home? By utilizing research on nature, light, and clutter, we can create homes that reduce stress, prevent anxiety, all while promoting mental health. In December of 2020, I was in quarantine because I had COVID. During that time, my family also moved to a new home, and I began to think about what I would like to place in my new room. I didn't just want an ordinary space. I knew in quarantine and out of quarantine, I wanted to have a place of rest, space where I could feel at peace.
I think there's been a paradigm shift in design.
That's Charles Pavarini. He's an interior designer from New York.
With every client, it's an educational journey, and to educate them about design and what can make their environment more of a wellness. And I think what COVID has done to us, I think it's made us stop and really evaluate how we live and how we live with others and how we live and treat the environment. From before COVID, when we were making, beautiful rooms and trying to accumulate all these beautiful things around us, I think the importance of that has diminished a little bit. And I think that the wellness and the health of our environment has become much, much more important to us.
This type of design can be traced back to 1984 to an architectural designer named Robert Ulrich. He observed patients who all underwent the same procedure. They found that patients who stayed in a room with a natural view were more likely to have a shorter stay than those who had a view of a brick wall. In 2000, Ulrich coined this approach as evidence-based design. This approach to design is the foundation to designing a better home. There are 3 areas where we can bring wellness into a room. The first is nature. There's a strong relationship with nature and well-being. Benefits include emotional and physiological well-being, as well as attitudinal and behavioral changes in those who feel more connected to nature than those who do not. One study compared subjects using a computer versus transplanting a plant. They found that subjects who used the computer felt more artificial and uncomfortable. Compare that to the subjects who interacted with plants. They felt more comfortable and relaxed, and they displayed evidence of lower blood pressure. In my room, I've added a low-maintenance snake plant that looks great and can last for years. I also have a fake plant in the corner of my room that adds a little bit of color. Throughout this year, I plan on adding even more plants to my room. The next topic is my personal favorite, lighting.
I really feel lighting is so important in wellness. There's been proven and lots of research on how light affects us. Years ago, we did not have artificial light, and we did not have that magic light called the LED that we can adjust. We can adjust color, we can adjust intensity of this light. And I think the more we talk about wellness, the more we will talk about light. And light will trace our circadian rhythms. And if the light is correct, it will give us a more productive day. It will give us an evening that starts calming us down. And then when we get into the red and amber light in the evening, that produces melatonin, which will make us sleep better.
Natural and LED lighting can greatly influence our mood. A study in Europe found that those who live in environments with inadequate lighting are more likely to self-report depression. Adding dimmable or colored lights into a lighting fixture is a great upgrade to any room. I love the lighting in my room. I've even paired it to my voice assistant. Hey Google, turn off the light. The final topic is clutter. And if you're anything like me, your room can go from being clean to dirty in a matter of a day. So why clean at all? Clutter can be another source of stress. It makes things harder to find and offers less mobility when moving around. Science has even shown that those in an organized space can make faster and more informed decisions. In my room, I've added underbed storage and closet containers. That way, I always know where to look. Our home is not just a physical space. It's where we go to find rest and to be at peace. By adding nature, adjusting lighting, and reducing clutter, we're taking the first steps of improving our overall mental health.